Turn back eye. KKK members react to life sentences. Court on camera. Shout out court on camera. Let's get it. Let's go.
KKK members reacting to life sentences. 1. Edgar Ray Killen.
And probably the most high-profile case in the history of this state.
Our first case shook America to its core, with the killer Edgar Ray Killen. Now, you might be thinking, how bad can this sweet old man with an oxygen tank tube be? Well, the saying that you can't judge a book by its cover has never applied more.
Facts.
It all started in the town of Philadelphia. No, not that one. The less famous Philadelphia, Mississippi, all the way back in 1964. Though the case didn't close.
I was scared. I'm like, wait, Philadelphia? I didn't know shit was going on up there.
2005. They came like your average sawmill operator and part-time Baptist minister.
You know what's crazy, bro? A lot of these like killers and all these people who be doing reckless things, they always got like these like most out there jobs. Welder, like, you know what, I ain't gonna say out there. Like they got good careers, you know. It's like they got the careers. It's like they go make the money. They do all this quote unquote good things. Then turn around and do the most gruesome things. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds innocent enough.
Right.
Unfortunately for the city, he was also moonlighting as a KKK leader. Being a KKK member at that time was a risk of getting a lot of heat, with the Civil Rights Act having more and more supporters, like our 3 victims, James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael Schwerner. The 3 men were arrested for speeding one night, and had they stayed in jail, their lives might have
Wait, I think I might have heard of this in school. I remember hearing about, like, I think it was 2 white guys. Yeah, I think this is probably the case. I think they only beat up the black dude or something like that. They did the black dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
as KKK
I think that's what it was.
Ordered by Edgar Ray Killen.
Like, no funny stuff. I think that's what really went down. Like, Yep. I remember this. Oh, wait a minute. No. Like, I remember I remember this story. You know what I'm saying? I remember this story from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember them talking about this story or whatever. And school barely teach you facts. Like, you know what I'm saying? This was like one of the few times they probably spoke it. But so I think they all went missing. I think they all got killed. I don't know. Like, I think the black dude got it the worst. Like, I don't remember. I don't want to like say nothing because then I don't want to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So
their bodies were found, and their station wagon was found burning, dubbing the case My Bone. At the time, Ray Killen was suspected but released on good reputation for being a preacher. However, the case was reopened in 2005 when a former KKK errand boy, Mike Hatcher, testified that Killen bragged to him about the 3 killings the day after the deed. Although he was 80 at the time, Killen stood trial for 7 days in 2005 before being charged with an unusual manslaughter charge instead of murder for the 3 men.
It's a sentence of this court that you served 20 years in the custody of Mississippi Department of Corrections.
Killen was given 60 years of prison time in total, 20 for each manslaughter. However, Killen would not live to have his sentence carried out, since he died at 92 in 2018 inside a Mississippi State Penitentiary after serving 12 years of his sentence. Unfortunately, there are too many racist murderers in this world. As next up is known as the racist trinity of Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Bryan. On a sunny day
was this the one with I don't want to be like guessing it and stuff. Like, this not like a game. I'm not trying to make it a game, and I'm just, you know what I'm saying. I think it's probably the story of
County,
with the black guys running.
Our 3 culprits twisted a version of the law in their own hands upon seeing Ahmed Arbery jogging peacefully.
I knew it.
Greg McMichael, a Glynn County police officer and investigator for the Brunswick Judicial Circuit District Attorney's Office, and his son, at that second, decided that Ahmad was a suspect in local burglaries. So instead of doing the rational thing of opening an investigation, or even simply talking to him, the 3 men got into a car and ignored all rationality, taking out a .357 Magnum handgun and a 12-gauge shotgun, and going directly after Arbery. Arbery was shot 3 times by the shotgun of Gregory's son, Travis McMichael. Police arrived on the scene quickly enough, But Lady Luck was on the three men's side, as they kept being ruled out for a lack of probable cause, and with a number of DAs recusing themselves from the case, as Greg McMichael had worked in their office. However, after Arbery was cleared of any burglary charges, the three men got back into the suspicion spotlight, with a video taken by William Bryan showing the struggle between Travis McMichael and Ahmed Arbery right before his murder. You can say Bryan shot himself and his partners in the foot, and his directorial ambitions landed them in jail. The three men...
Damn. So somebody drew past and recorded it. Nobody tried to stop. Well, I understand people probably got a gun. The person who recorded probably didn't have one, so he probably was scared. So, man, it's just messed up. Like, what make people just do stuff like this and just think, hey, it's all good. We're doing right. Like, you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life. That's a wrap. Like, come on now.
Trial. And to no one's surprise, it was decided that this was a racially motivated attack.
Most definitely.
Three men received life in prison for felony murder and aggravated assault, while Travis was also charged.
Let them find out.
With a
Let
swift
them find out
justice,
what happened. It's over.
Travis and Greg had no chance of parole. Unlike William Bryan, who got a chance after 30 years. Given that he's in his 50s, we'll doubt he'll take that deal when he's that old by then.
We, the jury, find the defendant Travis McMichael guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty.
Don't cry now.
We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael
Don't cry then.
guilty.
While it's hard to see a silver lining in a 25-year-old's unjust death, the case did lead to the introduction of hate crime legislation in Georgia. So at least
Ahmed didn't
die for nothing, as the legislation will prevent others from sharing the same unfortunate and tragic fate. Ever seen someone embarrassingly make a scene and just lose it in a public place? Well, sometimes this can turn catastrophic, like Jeremy Christian. Who takes the annoyance of embarrassing public outbursts to a whole new level. But this wasn't one just arguing over a grocery store receipt. In May 2017, Christian was on a public train in Portland, Oregon, and he showed his true racist colors. The train, just like most metropolitan cities, was diverse with passengers of different ethnicities and religions, and apparently, this was enough to set Christian off into a frenzy. He started ranting, insulting, and even made death threats clearly racially charged. In an effort to defend their fellow passengers, two people, Delishan Mirdin Namkai Mesha and Micah David Cole Fletcher, stepped in to give Christian a piece of their mind over his aggressive and racist behavior. In a horrifying turn of events, after some back and forth, Christian pulled out a knife and stabbed Micah, Delishan, and another passenger by the name of Ricky Best. The scene of the horrific crime was shocking, as Christian fled the scene as if nothing had happened.
He got out the way, he didn't want no blood on him,
because
he don't want to, be a part of
because
it.
of his twisted racism.
Somebody should have, like, tackled
3
him
years
down.
later, Christian's trial finally began. And just like most killers and racists, he had a ton of dirty laundry that got exposed.
Look at this
The
dude,
case
look
had
at his hair.
testimonies
He
from
don't
over
care.
40 witnesses, with other charges such as assaulting a black woman in the eye with a Gatorade bottle, and other teenage girls, one of whom was wearing a hijab. As for the train incident, the police and the courts had their hands full, as Christian was charged with 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, 2 counts of second-degree intimidation, 3 misdemeanors, and 1 count of possessing a restricted weapon. Christian's crimes were so horrific that one survivor from the 3 attacks, Micah Cole Fletcher, said the difficulty of it was the sleep came with nightmares, including one where he's in a tunnel that slowly fills with blood until he drowns. Judgment Day was on the horizon for Christian, as he received 2 life sentences with no chance of parole,
Just
and an additional 51 years for his other crimes.
I went to the blackest high school in Oregon. Where I'm from,
I hate when dudes do this when they get caught. Oh, I was around her black friends. Oh. Well, I ain't gonna say that because I don't know too many people who pull that one. But you do got those people like him pulling that car. Oh, I went to the black. That don't mean nothing, bro. That don't mean nothing. You murdered people. Like, you just threw your life away. For what? For some ignorant stuff in your head. Some just stuff that you just want to live off of for the rest of your life. And it's not even that, dude, you're going to walk outside every day. And you're going to see different people every day. As long as you're in the cities, as long as you know, urban, like areas where a lot of different, most likely you're going to see a lot of different people. You're going to see people every day. You cannot live with some inner hate. We're past that. Like I said, it's ignorant to still carry it on to this point. To this point, is ignorant to still be the way that people were back then. It's just for what? For what? If me and you was to cut ourselves, I say this all the time. If me and you was to cut ourselves right now, we'll bleed the same color. For what? We just two different skin colors, two different races, bro. We still human. You don't got a superpower, I don't either. What makes you feel like you're better? That's all I want to know. But, people going to continue to do what they're going to do, man.
So to tone down and rethink his choices. But murderers like him usually have no reason. As he went on yet another rant inside the court against one of the victims directly, threatening to kill her in front of everyone. So it's probably fair to assume no one had an ounce of guilt.
This man ain't got no remorse. This man don't care.
Witnessed not one, but two shocking murders on our list, though. With the second
I might have heard this story. I might have.
Courtier. True monsters like Courtier are exposed to the public when a simple argument turns.
I think this was the story that, right? Somebody left
it started when
up there because of one enough KKK. It was something crazy. It was something crazy, I believe. But I don't know
Larnell Bruce Jr. This isn't your run-of-the-mill street argument, though, as CCTV cameras caught Courtier suddenly running after Larnell Bruce with a jeep and brutally running him over, killing him. We may never know what actually caused this fight, but we have a pretty good idea of why Courtier would do this. As it turned out, he was part of a white supremacist prison gang called European Kindred. He had the group's logo on his hat, and even as a tattoo on his leg, which is a whole new level of twisted loyalty for something so heinous. After his hat was found at the crime scene and CCTV cameras caught him red-handed, he was charged with first-degree murder, and his girlfriend, Colleen Hunt, who was cheering him on in the car, her car by the way, on to run Bruce over, was charged with first degree.
Oh no, she party to a crime. She can go to jail too. Yeah, she can go to jail for life too. It is what it is. You don't know. You don't encourage anything like that. It's just so ignorant, bro. And it's probably crazy. They probably got kids. It's like it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's just stupid, bro.
Manslaughter.
People don't make sense.
We, the jury, find the defendant innocent of count one, murder, guilty, second-degree guilty.
Courtier set a record for Oregon's first hate crime verdict in 3 decades and received life imprisonment with no possibility of release for 28 years. Life imprisonment is the maximum sentence any killer can get, but it's probably not even enough for Larnell Bruce's mother, who had this to say to Courtier. You allowed the devil to misguide you and take the life of such a beautiful young spirit.
It's crazy.
You took that life from us. With most hate crimes being committed by white supremacists against people of color, what happens when those roles are reversed? You get...
As to count 4, we, the jury, in the above entitled action, find defendant Corey Ali Muhammad guilty.
Corey Muhammad.
Whoa.
Racism-charged attacks are racist no matter what race it's against. And in the case of Corey,
the way he's sitting in the court, he just didn't care.
People. It all started
Hold
back
on.
in
Whoa. What happened? What?
For all white people. It all started back in 2017 at Motel 6 in Fresno, California, where Corey shot and killed a security guard, Carl Williams. You'd think he'd stop there. No. He decided to go on an all-out war against white people with the inhuman excuse of, there is no point in going down for one murder. In his insane killing spree, Corey killed...
If you got a serial killer talking like that, man, then they don't give a fuck at all.
3 more victims. Zachary Randolph, Mark Gassett, and David Jackson. Corey was charged with 4 counts of murder and 2 counts of assault.
Did they say something racist to him, or what was the story behind these killings?
He wasn't fooling anyone. got sentenced to 206 years in prison with no chance of parole. We have it on good authority that he's never getting out to hurt anyone ever again. KKK.
Now you know with that story, right? And this is not to offend anybody, not to hurt anybody, not to come at anybody wrong. But there's gonna be somebody out there, like he said, is that everybody's in this video that we just watched is wrong for what they did. Most definitely, no question about it. But it's gonna be a lot of people with that last story gonna try to like I don't know, like it, like I said, it's wrong. It really is. It make us look, yeah, it does. Don't get the game. It's wrong, bro. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Right? But you gonna have some people gonna be trying to use that. Nah, it's wrong. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Like I said, I don't know. I'm trying to explain in a way, but I don't want to be disrespectful to the victims that actually died. Cause I'm not trying to come at the people who actually died in that story. I'm not trying to come at them. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna mess it. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that. That's not cool. But yeah, it's gonna do it for the video though. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, catch you on